today. I thought they showed great fight and character. Obviously, they've got a lot going on the last 48 hours, but I'm also proud that we were poised enough to kind of hold them off and get our 10th league win. 10 league wins in this league this year is something to be really proud of.
Mike, what does it mean to get the double-digit wins, the last 3 in this league?
Yeah, Tom, it's been really powerful. You know, winning records in this league. 3 of the 4 years we've been in it. Certainly, as you know, we posted a lot of winning records in the Big East. We've been really consistent doing that. That's how we played our way into NCAA tournament bids very regularly, handling regular season league play well, whether it's the Big East or the ACC.
Mike, how do you prepare your team for a game like this where you've got unusual circumstances?
Yeah, you know, I talked to them very openly, and I said, you know, fellas, I think we're going to get their Duke effort tonight. You know, there's no more speculation. They'll rally a little bit, I think. You know, Mark is a good friend. A lot of respect for him. He's a really good coach. He probably has a couple job offers by now. But for him to stay with this group and finish with them, it just kind of tells you the kind of guy he is. And don't be surprised if, you know, they do some things interesting here in the regular season, especially in Brooklyn.
Big afternoon for VJ.
Yeah, V was, you know, he was feeling it, man, and he's really been on a good roll for us. I think the closer it gets to March, the better he plays, because we know he's pretty darn good in March. Last year he was off the charts in March.
Big gap, Mike, in the three-point shooting.
Yeah.
Was it your defense, or did their shots just not fall?
You know, I think you got to give some credit to our defense. One of the things we try to do, with no matter who we play, is really chase people off the arc. And I felt, you know, again, I reiterated at halftime, the way they get back in it and maybe beat us if they make a number of three-point shots. Yeah, they were scoring in the second half, but they were twos. And we're so efficient on the offensive end, and we make free throws, it's kind of hard to catch us. But if you give up threes, now the whole thing changes. So we were really good at BC the other night, chasing them off the line, and chasing the state shooters off the line helped us tonight, gave us enough of a gap to finish.
You've coached some teams that weren't great for free throw shooting teams. How much comfort do you have with a lead and this kind of turnout?
Yeah, it's you know, when we're so confident when we get to the line. It's been an amazing weapon. It really has. You know, one of the things our guys have talked about is breaking the ACC records, which is NC State's record in 2004, and the national record is 82. Harvard, I think, in 85 or 86. And you know, our guys talk about, you know, trying to get both those records, both those free throw records.
Mike, there's a lot of discussion about the state job. You have to compete with Carolina, you have to compete with Duke, but like you have to compete with Carolina and Duke.
Sure.
But having been here, is it different than the rest of the ACC? I mean, you guys have to deal with them too.
I think it's a great job. You know, I think the North Carolina State job is a great coaching job. It's committed to basketball. You know, I think the kids that come here get excited because they get to bang heads with Duke and Carolina regularly. There's that competition that's always here in the Triangle that I lived through for 8 years and saw it up close. You know, certainly the guys in Durham and Chapel Hill, you know, they got their fiefdoms or whatever you want to call kingdoms or whatever. But states, you know, always. I think always been a heck of a coaching job. I'm sure they're going to get some. You know, they can get Morgan Wooten this year. I talked to Coach Wooten, and he turned him down. What was that, 80? Did he turn him down in 80? Was it 80? Yeah. I think when Jimmy V took it, right? Jimmy V took. He turned him down. I talked to him. I think you guys can get him this year.
Do you kind of chuckle though when you hear people say, "Well, they have to compete against Duke and Carolina"? Like Luke just said, don't you have to?
Yeah, exactly. I think. You know, when states had it rolling, and they've had it rolling more than not in this program, the history of this program, you know, they've competed, you know, they've always had a great talent base. I've always been impressed with their talent. I think they've got really good players. You know, there's an interesting difference between two teams today. We only play one guy who's a first-year player in our program. They play, what, 6, 7? That's impossible. I wouldn't know what to do if I had 6 new guys. I mean, we've had a nice rhythm to our roster with older guys. And, you know, we play like we played together for a while because it is really hard. And then they had, you know, the Turkish kids sat out, and that's it. And then you got to deal with this league this year. Ooh, it's hard, man. Thanks, guys.
Please let the coach lead first.